Good evening, tutor and partners. This is the meeting of Group 48 of course English 3. I'm Jennifer Acevedo and my partners are
Irlis Cuevas.
Miguel Montalvo.
Rosalba Bernier.
okay. We belong to the Open and Distant National University. Our program is Bachelor of Foreign Languages with emphasis in English. The purpose of this meeting is answering the next questions. First, could the US Air Force have prevented the attacks? Second, were the Twin Towers deliberately demolished by explosives? Third, were some people forewarned about the attacks? Fourth, was the Pentagon really hit by an airplane? Fifth, was Osama bin Laden really captured and killed? Sixth, was 9/11 caused by the American government on purpose? Okay, the first question. Could the U.S. Air Force have presented the attacks? In my personal opinion, I think it could be because the U.S. government had many warnings from different people and from different countries, but I think they didn't do anything for about it because the government wanted a war. So this is my personal opinion. What do you think, partners?
Well, I think the national law enforcement and intelligence agencies did not discover the plot. Airport security screeners did not find the hijacks weapons, but called military jet fighters the final line of defense, have stopped and lessened the destruction on September 11th, 2001 by shutting down airplanes and some of the nation's best known buildings. That's my opinion.
Uh, well, yes, because general of the force knew about the Japanese attack that was planned three 3 weeks before.
So is yes, I think so. The United States has all the power to avoid any danger or attack. The United States force is amazing and they has intelligence and simple. The United States debates air and land security. What happened on September 11 you know has not happened.
Okay, somebody wants to comment any else? No? Okay, the second question is, were the Twin Towers deliberately demolished by explosive? I think that the only phenomenon capable of collapsing such buildings completely has been by way of a procedure known as controlled demolition with explosive or other devices are used to bring down a structure intentionally. And I think that the fires, when surface on the upper floors, there is a little chance the heat would have spread down and caused the steel columns or the connectors or front beams to sufficiently weaken and collapse in the twin towers. So I think that the twin towers was deliberately demolished by explosive of the American government.
Um,
Um, I think
uh,
content that the collapse of the World Trade Center was solely caused by the airplane crash damage that occurred as part of the September 11 attacks and resulting fire damage, but by explosive installed in the buildings in advance. Controlled demolition theories make up a major component of 9/11 cons- com- conspiracy theories.
Well, no, it was uh, because of it was because of terrorist attack. Two planes uh, loaded with gasoline tanks crashed into the Twin Towers.
I think so. It's simply the Twin Towers collapsing less than 11 seconds. It is very strong and hard to believe.
Okay. The third question is, were some people forewarned about the attacks? I think yes, because certain institutions had foreknowledge before of the September 11. Um, in the videos uh, showing um, many documents, for example, in the August 2001, the United Kingdom is warned 3 times of an imminent Al-Qaeda attack in the United States. The tier one is specifying multiple airplane hijackings. Um, this is according to the Sunday Herald. The report is passed on the President Bush, and and he didn't do anything. So the Bush administration had awareness. That is my opinion.
Um, in the 11th of September, well, days before, uh, some news went out and it reached to a secretary and he knew about it. I think advanced knowledge transparency center of the arguments setting institutions or individuals as for knowledge about the attacks. They knew days before. They didn't want to do something about it, but they knew it.
Yes, on several occasions, the security of the United States was one that is walled by attack. The United States ignored the warning.
Okay. The fourth question is, was the Pentagon really hit by an airplane? Uh, I I don't know. I really don't know because it's difficult now because for a group say that was a missile, and other people say it was an airplane, but the pictures uh, after that the attack um doesn't doesn't show a really big damage. So it's difficult to know. In the video, say that the several modifications to the building as part of that renovations, they think helped save people's life. But in my opinion, is I'm very confused about that. So I don't know, and I don't know what to say about it.
I am not sure if it really was unplanned, but according the newspapers and reports, the Pentagon was hit
Yes.
by a plane, Flight 1770 of American Airlines. Airlines.
Uh,
O-
well,
Okay. At 9:39 a.m. on 11th of September, I mean 51 minutes after the first plane hit the World Trade Center, the Pentagon was similarly attacked. So dozens of witnesses saw a bang. 757 hit the building. Conspiracy advocates insist there is evidence that similar or different type of plane is matched into the Pentagon.
uh, well, if it was hit by a plane minutes after the attack on the Twin Towers, it was attack a, con, a conjunctive attack the by the terrorists by the terrorists.
Definitively, definitely yes. What happened with the net per harbor port is like a chronic de arts anocuxet.
What? Can you repeat, please?
Okay. The fifth question is, was Osama bin Laden really captured and killed? Okay, that is very controversial because um, there is not evidence to the public. So there is no pictures or documents. There is not anything. So it's strange that the government didn't take pictures. So they say that the death of Osama bin Laden was on May 2nd of 2011. But why the decision to not release any photo or DNA evidence to the public? So it's really weird. So I think that is a lie for public. So I don't know the in Afghanistan, they say that Osama bin Laden was dead many years ago. So I think that is a lie of the American government.
Okay, the death of Osama bin Laden on May 2nd, 2011 have rise to various conspiracy theories, hoaxes, and rumors. These include the death that bin Laden had been dead for years or still alive. Doubts could bin Laden's death were funneled by US military supposed disposal of his body at sea. The decision to not release any photography or DNA evidence of bin Laden's death to the public, the contradiction account of the accident, or the official story of the right appearing to change or directly contradict previous assertions, and the 25 minutes blackout during the rain on bin Laden's compound during which a live feed from cameras mounted on the health of the U.S. Special Forces was cut off. Within hours, an image purporting the show of dead bin Laden was broadcast on Pakistani television. Although the story was picked up by much of the British press, and while the Associated Press, it was swiftly removed from websites after it was exploited and fake Twitter. So I think this is a confusion that it's not reaching no way.
Well, I think that Osama bin Laden is dead because there is no evidence, there is no videos. Um, so this is a confusion.
According to the CIA, yes, there are many opinions about the death of Osama bin Laden. They say he was killed in 2010.
Okay, the sixth question is, was 9/11 caused by the American government on purpose? It's very likely that it has been that way. For me, it's very difficult to believe that a government as powerful as the United States killed thousands of people and justify only for to justify a war, um, kill more people, including American soldiers. So for me, it's very hard. It's very hard to believe that. But I think that is true. Um, because after that, um, and the comparison with the Pearl Harbor is the same. So the Bush administration began a war on terror, an invasion in Afghanistan and Iraq. So, well, it's difficult to say, but I think that it could happen. So I belong to the group, the 9/11 True movement, and I think that have many proof uh, about that. But I think that we could never know the truth because it's the most powerful government in the world. So only only they and only God knows the truth.
Okay, there are many conspiracy theories that attribute the planning and execution of September 11 attacks against the United States to parties other than or in addiction to Al-Qaeda, including that there was advanced knowledge of the attacks among high-level government officials. Government investigation and independent review have rejected these theories. Proponents of this theory assert that there are inconsistencies in the commonly accepted version or evidence that was either ignored or overlooked.
2,749 people died. It is very painful, very strong, and this was not done by the United States, they dip is with a log of J. Oh, hey.
Okay, partners. We will continue without Miguel. Okay. So, as conclusions, yes, as conclusions, I have to say that um, there are many conspiracy theories about the attacks of um, September 9/11. Um, the most well-known conspiracy theories related is the collapse of World Trade Center. Um, Also, the be- why the U.S. Air Force did not intercept any of the four hijacked planes, um, because um, the U.S. force didn't stop the war games in that day. The attack on the Pentagon and other theory conspiracies. As conclusion is, in my personal opinion, um, I think that um, the government is capable to do to do these things, and I think that is not the last one. So I pray, I pray, but these these things um, will never happen again. Um, what do you think, partners, about the conclusions of this topic?
Okay, I have my own conclusion. Is the attack of September 11, 2001, also called um like 9/11, 11/9, were a series of four suicidal bombings committed on the morning of Tuesday, September 11th, in the United States by the jihadist network that by hijacking commercial airplanes to be hit against various targets caused the death of um, 3,016 people, including the 19 terrorists.
I think what happened on September
In,
11 always
in
very sad.
turn,
Uh,
the destruction of the entire World Trade Center building complex was recorded, most notably the New York Twin Towers, and serious damage to the Pentagon building, quarter of the United States Department of the Defense. This episode the war in Afghanistan and the adoption by the US government, and it allies to the police called War of Terrorists. The terrorists divided into four groups of kidnappers, each with a pilot who would be in charge of piloting the plane once the cabin crew was reduced. American Airlines Flight 11 and United Airlines Flight 1 75 were the first of kidnapping, and both were crashed against the Twin Towers and the World Trade Center, and the first against the North Tower and the second against the South Tower, which would cause both skyscrapers and collapse in the next 2 hours. The third hijacked plane belonged to American Airlines Flight 77 and was used to hit the West Pocket and Pentagon in Virginia. And fourth, a plane belonged to United Airlines Flight 93 was aimed at the United States Capitol located in the city of Washington, but crashed in the open field near Scarlett, Pennsylvania, approximately 2 208 kilometers before reaching the capital.
Okay, partners, I think that finish this meeting. Um, anyone can give your opinion or comments. No, partners? Okay. So this was the meeting of this group of the documentary about the September 9/11, the new Pearl Harbor of the Massimo Masuko in 2013. So thanks for for listening to us, and and goodbye everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.